Hello and welcome to another episode of The Sligo Show. Today we have a very special guest. He told me to say he's a legend. He didn't say that. But he is a legend of Sligo Rovers FC, amongst many other clubs around. But I mean, we really love him here in Sligo. Richard Brush, you're welcome to The Sligo Show.
Thanks for having me. A very special guest, was pushing it, let alone legends. Thanks. It's a good intro.
And you're just in the door from training, you're saying?
Yes, yeah.
So, okay, I know it's fairly public knowledge. What age are you now?
I am 40.
40.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking fresh for it, but like still involved in League of Ireland.
Yes. Yeah.
Still on the bench, Rovers.
Still on the bench, just about now. I'm sort of stepping back from the playing. Some people might have said I've stepped back years ago because I'm obviously not a regular for a few years.
You're there ready to come on. You're not just making up the numbers.
Yeah. I'm still training away now and then, but I'm more in the coaching role, more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we get into a little bit of backstory, like this Saturday, the 26th of July, I hope I get that right now. 5 o'clock up in the Showgrounds, your testimonial.
Yes.
So I was giving you a testimonial.
They've granted me one.
We'll just quickly tell that at the beginning and just say it's 5 o'clock, tickets on Sligo Rovers website, etc., etc. You're on the social media. And again, I've seen on the social media, there's some absolute legends of Sligo Rovers coming back to play.
There's bigger legends than me coming. Which is, it's not a hard thing to do, but no, there's proper 300-400 game legends.
Yes, okay.
That are coming back, medals, captains, and
Okay. So I think it'd be a real little celebration of Sligo Rovers' last 20 odd years or so.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been said that maybe, not trying to big it up too much, it might be one of the last of the testimonials. Not a lot of players get 10 years at a club now, or 13.
I see, okay. So is that the kind of rule with a testimonial?
So it's a 10 years service is generally then you can get granted a testimonial. So that's that's the background of a testimonial, and it's becoming a little bit more of a rarity, especially here now. A lot of lads move on to England, Scotland, and
seasonally nearly they move on.
Yes.
So we'll go back. You born in Coventry? Birmingham, sorry.
Yes,
you played with Coventry, get that mixed up.
Yeah.
In Birmingham. So I like, to anyone, any young kid watching, like, what was the first time you kind of gone, I'm getting looked at here to play proper level?
11, 12, and it's kind of different from here. Now I suppose it goes county by county. You can get asked to play for county. I suppose it's similar here.
Yeah.
But I was playing for a county team. It was a Warwickshire county team at the time, and there'd be scouts there a lot of the games. So that's when I kind of got eyeballed up with that. I was at Villa for a very short time, just younger than that, but it was more of a voluntary. I'd just turn up at a Villa training ground and join in with the training. It was like a goalkeeper session.
Probably doesn't happen as much now.
Not as much now. I'd imagine that it's a bit more stricter. But that was a good little experience, and then they eventually ran me sort of thing. So that was a good experience to go into that. And then I went into local teams and then county team, and then got picked up by Coventry from there from about 13 onwards.
Okay. And like, who Birmingham City or Villa? Who is your team?
Neither really,
no,
yeah.
Because you said it. I was reading a great interview. I have to say, if I had to, Jessica Farry did an amazing interview in the Sligo Champion, which helped me with my research. No certain terms. But you say now you don't even really follow or watch the Premier League.
No,
at all. So even growing up, so it wasn't particularly.
It was. My dad supported Man United as a Birmingham lad. Was a bit strange. His parents were Villa, but he idolised George Best. So he sort of followed George Best to Man United. So I sort of had an interest in Manchester United, and then Peter Schmeichel was my hero from watching that. So he was my sort of idol watching. And I
not a bad idol to live up to now.
No. So it was Man United sort of, but come to the age of 13, 14, and then getting involved in Coventry City, it sort of, went towards them because obviously they were,
They were up in the upper leagues at that point as well. They were one of the teams.
So it was one of the teams. So I sort of veered toward Coventry then, and then sort of, apart from playing with them, there was nothing the interest in sort of following football or being like a fan.
So you weren't a mega fan, but when you got called up, were you super excited?
Oh, amazing! Yeah, amazing.
Okay,
and I know it sounds sort of a bit arrogant to be like, oh yeah, no, football's not my thing, even though I'm involved in it and I've been so lucky to be involved with it so long. It's not an arrogance thing, and I'm not downplaying, the football, and football's not for me. Like amazing, probably the best career you could have.
Well, like Ben White, the Arsenal player. He says, I don't watch any sport, any soccer, your football's right.
So now I was sort of brought up around like motorsport, and we go and watch motorsport a lot with mum and dad, uncles and granddad. So it was sort of, that was my sort of thing.
So then it was Coventry, and in fairness, Jessica had Tamworth, Stafford Rangers, Hednesford, Shrewsbury, Nuneaton Borough.
Yes.
All these clubs. So it was Coventry, and then it was
Coventry. I got released from Coventry, and then it was sort of bouncing around, sort of trying to find my feet again. I'd gone from...
was this like 13, 14, what age were you kind of in these
No,
periods?
this was 19, 20.
Okay.
So it was sort of big boy football. I was in full time from the age of 16 from leaving school, in full time every day, went through the YTS scheme and getting, 40, 50 pound a week.
I was going to say, what was it like? Was it part-time paid at that point?
It was, we were lucky enough, to be fair, Coventry City at the time would have, whereas lads would be out in digs, we were living on the training ground. So we were living, breathing football.
Wow,
We were up at sort of 7 o'clock. We were all in all the youth teams and stuff, and we were up at 7 o'clock down preparing for the first team to come in. And come 10 o'clock,
clean the boots and all of it?
Clean the boots.
Does that still happen? No.
I've heard that it doesn't happen half as much, and I don't think it'd be if you had to clean bare boots. We had like 10 pairs of boots to clean.
Okay. Did you get to meet any of the senior team?
Yeah,
you knew them all?
No, senior team were great. Yeah.
Who was the legends back then? I'm trying to think back.
We had John Hartson, Richard Shaw, Gary McAllister, Stevie Grizovic, Magnus Hedman, big sort of hitters.
Yeah. God, when you go Coventry, like
they were big hitters back in the day. Wow, so it was sort of.
Were they nice to you, those big stars? Or were they kind of stiff?
Depending how well you clean the boots. Literally it was. You were living on edge. That if you heard your name called, if a player would go and get their boots and you heard your name called, it was sort of wincing to. Whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. But luckily, I was fairly good at cleaning boots.
Okay, there you go. A skill you never thought you'd need.
Absolutely.
It opens doors. So we kind of forward on. I mean, you've done all these clubs after Coventry. And then 2006 came to Sligo. In via Knock Airport, as you said. It was a porta cabin at that point almost.
It was a porta cabin.
It's a lovely place now. It's a different place. But
yes, different place.
Where did that come about? Or were you going... Did someone pluck you watching you from Ireland? Did you go, I want to go there? Or how would that have...
It's a funny one. It was more through my brother. My brother played, he's not big, but local Birmingham football. He's, and he is to this day, in fairness, he's still mad about local Birmingham football. And it was a link through the local team he was playing, always bouncing around clubs, like you mentioned, Hensford, Stafford, Shrewsbury. And it was sort of dead end sort of things, 1 month little, earner sort of thing.
Yeah.
Still trying to find my feet. And then... It was through a link of Sean Connor, who was the manager at the time. Right. I had a friend in Birmingham who was at the sort of local team my brother was playing for. And he just mentioned it in passing. Oh, there's a club, they've just been promoted. Now, again, ignorance. I wouldn't have had a clue. Sligo
is probably not the first place everyone in Birmingham talks about.
So it was, the country or the county or anything wasn't even on the radar, let alone a football
club. And had you been to Ireland even before?
No.
Okay.
No.
So.
Now, in fairness, at Coventry, we had a lot of lads over a good Irish contingent, but they were all Dublin. Stephen Rice, a lot of the lads, Rory Higgins, they were all in my Coventry youth team.
Okay.
So I sort of obviously
knew a bit of the gist of the story.
A bit of the gist, but other than that, I was a complete stranger to Ireland.
So what age you then in 2006? You were
21.
Came over on your own? Family with you?
Family with me at the time, come over and we moved over and...
they all, okay.
Yeah, a whole lot, yeah.
This is the thing, isn't it, with sports, specifically football?
Yes,
families go, we have to move.
We have to move.
And how many in your family then? Yeah. How many would have...
There's, I have 2 lads in England.
Okay.
Who I'm not with the mother now.
Yeah. But if your own family, brothers and sisters had to move back then.
Yeah, and everything, So
it's a big shift.
Big shift, big shift. And still, looking back now, being so young and sort of being... inexperienced in life, really.
Well, that's the big thing, you know what I mean? And I did mention that you said how the dream was always everyone, Premier League, this and the other. But now, when you said it, I couldn't have made, with the connections and everything, all the stuff you made here, now you got no. And that probably only comes at maturity.
Absolutely.
If you told that 21-year-old, you're never going to make it, probably would have been angry.
Absolutely, you got an angry reaction, maybe. Yeah.
And did you go, how soon before you went to the team then? I keep an eye inside growers, do not pretend to be an anorak.
From 20 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But
John O'Hara was the first team goalie when I came over.
Yes, I remember
Mayo man. Yeah, I think he's over in America now. And he was first team goalkeeper. So I was on the bench for the first season and getting, used to the league and stuff. I made a few appearances. And then from 2007, the start of 2007 to 2009, 2010, I was sort of first choice in and out, but a lot of first choice then,
and you've done 13 seasons in and out with Sligo?
Yes, on and off.
I know you've been very lucky to win medals at different stages, maybe not always on the pitch in every one of the finals or different things, but for you, what was your best, this is the obvious question, every sporting interview, but what was your favourite moment? It mightn't even be with Sligo Rovers. Was there a moment you were like, wow, this is amazing? Whether it was winning a tournament or a league or whatever.
This might make a few people sour, but it was the highlight of my footballing career was with Shamrock Rovers, which probably doesn't go down.
But it's okay, we'll forgive you, because I do believe a famous footballer
Yes,
was in front of you.
proper footballer.
Yeah.
Harry Kane obviously scored.
That was his debut goal for Spurs.
That was his first ever goal for Spurs, his first senior goal.
So you can't feel too bad going, he scored against me, because he has pretty much scored.
He only scored one.
You'll take that with you, gravestone.
Yes,
he only let in one against Harry Kane.
Yeah, but that was the highlight of the career. But I did mention that the highlight of, being involved in, like you said, winning cups with Rovers and stuff. I was on the periphery. I was just coming back from injury, so I was involved, but on the bench or stuff. There was one game or one season, I think it was the 2008 season. We qualified for Europe, and I said to Jessica, and it's been mentioned before, that it went under the radar, sort of, because 2008, 2009, League of Ireland didn't have the hype or that it has now.
Yeah.
And we were at complete. I don't even think we were underdogs to get into Europe. I don't think we were, and we finished. I think it was fourth, and in the cup final was two of the top three teams. So by default, then you end up in Europe, and it was obviously big for us on the pitch. We beat Bray at home, but that was qualified. Like if we qualify for Europe this year, for whatever reason, it'll be a massive thing.
Huge thing, huge thing. Well, sport in general is just getting more and more and more visible now. And I suppose League of Ireland has just gone through the roof the last couple of years. It's amazing.
So that was, as a Rovers player, that was massive. That was massive. Yeah.
Only one team can win the cup each year or the league. You must have loved now when you look back all the friends, the great nights out where you won a big match, last minute winners, all this kind of stuff.
It's I know a lot of footballers or sports people say there's no feeling like it, whether it's, the elation of the actual game and the win, or the afterwards and everyone's coming to you and unbelievable and, sort of in a narcissistic way. It's good to be recognised and be, you're a hero for a moment or whatever it is. And looking back over the glory years that we had at Rovers, you wouldn't say you take it for granted. But it's, when you're winning a cup and then a league and then a cup, it's you get lost in your own little bubble of, we're doing great. And it just goes like that.
Yeah, I think you really need to, that takes, again, maturity to go, it doesn't keep coming.
It doesn't keep coming.
And it's so hard to do it. And in fairness, Rovers, the last few games or this season have started to get back on the groove again. And amazing work was going on up there, we'll go back to your group, but Sligo Rovers is, and again, I'm not a lifelong diehard fan. I love watching them do well. I get to the odd game. I've done MC up at the pitch. It's great crack up there. But I'm going, it's an unbelievable example of what a community can do. 100%. These guys going around, but the players, you mightn't have to go around selling the lotto tickets, but you must see the effort. The guys cleaning up the stadium after the matches.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And it was funny, Brendan Lacken, I live sort of middle-ish of nowhere, 15, 20 minutes out of town, but it's sort of in the middle-ish of nowhere.
In the countryside.
In the countryside, and it's great. And I was just tooting around the garden doing stuff 5, 6 o'clock, and Brendan Lacken turns up at the door, doesn't know I live there, just turns up.
And you bought a lotto ticket off him now.
Yeah, exactly, and I did, in fairness. I felt obliged to buy one. I did. But it's things like that, and it's only, when you step away from the training pitch and the match days and stuff, and you step away and it's everyday things, and I don't know. I know Brendan, a job or whatever he does, and then come 6, 7 o'clock, he's out in his car and he's turning up at people's doors trying to sell things. It's mind-blowing.
People do this for elections every 4 years and you think that's amazing. But these guys are doing it, I don't even know how regular, a few times a year. And people, there's always the guys selling the lotto tickets in Tesco Arcade.
Yeah.
Until you live it, and I think if you even just take a little, anyone watching, if you haven't gone to a game, just kind of go and go, this is in our middle of our town, you can walk to it. The views out of it, it's picturesque,
Yeah, as much as the ground looks great now, but I always remember when that pet stop stand and it ruined the view. It didn't ruin the view. It sounds awful. I've gone.
They sponsor the show.
Yeah, it changed the view.
It had to come though. It had to go.
100%. It had to come.
There's a great drone shot in one of the recent League of Ireland matches overhead.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's amazing. But that view out to Ben Baldwin was always, I always remember playing and being like,
I hope you didn't get distracted now in games.
No, it was straight back onto the game.
Go back to goalkeeping. It's obviously, you have to be a bit mad, generally we say, to be a goalie. You have to be, was there ever a time you go, the abuse, did you ever find there was real bad abuse at any point? Things went wrong? Did it really hurt you? You're like, comes the game.
Yeah.
I don't even know you that well, but you just come across a kind of strong character.
It's sort of the abuse. Some of it can get wild, some of it can get really personal and wild, and that's without being again too disrespectful. That's on them. That's their issue. That if they want to pain and abuse a fella standing there to that level, it's like, well, that's on you, mate.
I know, but I think a lot of players, I see it getting bullied on social media. It's like, well, then don't pick up your phone.
100%. There has to be that sort of accountability not accountability again. I sound awful sometimes.
Yeah, no, but we're not saying there should be abuse, but look, there's clowns there. We'll never stop it probably, but just kind of ignore it unless it goes off to family. But like you on the terraces, like, But what was it like switching back it over from Shamrock Rovers to Sligo Rovers?
It was a funny one in fairness. Now, I know how deep the sort of the loyalty and the feeling goes between the fans and what it means to them. So I sort of understood it in a way. Yeah. And, for me, again, without trying to sound too, it's our living. You go where you can and you go to clubs. It's a short career, and I'm not saying they were offering massive money, but there was nothing for me at Rovers, and Shams had come in, so it was like, I have to go. I have to go. And, I think fans can get lost in that a little bit, and I understand why they do, but we're humans, and we have to have a job at the end of the day.
Family at home, wife and kids and all this to support. And that is the thing, like in the League of Ireland, I mean, obviously it's not the Premier League or the Premier League wages or anything like that. Like, how would I say, is it... How hard is it to make sure you have financial stability, or is it always every year? Is there 3, 4, 5 year contracts even in the League of Ireland regularly?
More so now, like we're saying, with it growing and stuff. There's 2, 3 year contracts and stuff, and if you're lucky enough to get one, you're flying like. Yeah. But back in the day when I was a kid, it was year by year, and you could be scratching your hole.
Does that thing go? Is there mega stress every time you get on the pitch then? Or did you go, no, it's just I'm used to this,
Sort of, I wouldn't say you bring the stress out onto the pitch, but more when it's coming towards November time and nobody's approaching you or nobody's asking you about a deal for next year or how you fixed and this, that and the other. That's when it's, you sort of park it for that 90 minutes. You park everything for that 90 minutes. But leading up to that November time, wives, girlfriends, partners, it's sort of like, well, where are we? And, it's...
And that I'm sure Manny's a player had to go, I can't, sadly, I love doing this, but I just can't do it. And understandably, like...
Absolutely.
I often wonder, like, I mean, there's the glory of getting to play, but then there's the reality.
The reality.
Like, do you think that, could governmentally just support, I see with artists now, there's an artist support grant to go, like... Or even like people on the lower wages. Do you think there could be something there that just can we make this a bit more sustainable in some capacity to help?
I'd imagine that there has to be something because, it's tough. And especially as you're younger, you're sort of carefree and stuff. But you get to lads at 25, 26, 27, whether it's a support for, wages out of season or it's a support of learning,
But like these people are okay, I know they're professional or semi-professional in certain cases, but they're providing something in a community to go to connect in a community, for kids to have heroes, for kids to get into sports. So they're more important than just to go out every week and kick a ball. Like, absolutely. And I think that's maybe forgotten up through the channels. Like, you know what I mean?
Big time. Yeah. The camps are on now at the showgrounds and stuff, and you see when the kids are seeing certain faces and they call out names and stuff, and it's the excitement. And again, you can get lost in that sort of. Yeah.
And
that's what it means.
I did not know this had happened to you till I read the interview. You had a stroke.
Yes.
In 2018.
2018,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
So, like, we're just talking about you going here to there, the stress of this, that and the other, and you were driving home from a match. You can carry the story yourself there.
It was, God, it seems like a lifetime ago now.
Does it bother you now to remember it?
No.
Or you can't, it
happened and it's part of me and part of, what we've done. And it sort of was part of my footballing story because I was driving back from a match as well, so it sort of links in. But I was playing for Cliftonville at the time, part-time Belfast team. And we just played. It was a funny one because we had the game on. It was on Sky Sports for some mad reason. Sky Sports showing Cliftonville Newry. And again, no disrespect to either clubs.
No, but I didn't know the Sky had gone up to that level too often up there.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, I wouldn't imagine it had a big pull in viewers. But anyway, so it was put on a Monday night. So it was driving back on a Monday night, late Monday night from the game. We'd just won. Everything fine. Showered, packed up, got in the car and just coming through towards Manor Hamilton. Yeah, driving along. And just felt, I can't really explain the feeling. It was like a wooziness, but it wasn't a dizziness. It was just like something sort of, whoa. Yeah. And then as I carried on driving, I sort of thought, oh, God, I'll open the window. And I thought, I'll take a drink. And as I picked the drink up and squirted it in my mouth, it come out into my mouth. I thought, well, that's a bit strange. So I thought, I better pull over. Went to lift my left leg to put the clutch in to pull over. Left leg wasn't moving. Then realised that my left arm wasn't moving, so I couldn't even change gear or knock it out, and then just juddered to a stop. Didn't click instantly. Obviously, the last thing on my mind was I'm having a stroke after just playing 90 minutes of football.
Young, fit, healthy man I am.
Relatively young, relatively healthy.
We'll give you all the benefits we can here. Okay.
But no, I picked up the phone to phone my wife. It must have been about 12-ish, so no answer. She was asleep. And then picked up the phone I was working in Gateway Community Care at the time, picked up to my manager at the time, Paul Lonergan, who lived in Manhattan. So that was sort of the link of what I'll ring him. He answered, and I just says, I feel awful. I says, will you be able to pick me up? Explained where I was. And he was like, what's up? I've just watched you on telly. He was watching. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm driving home. I says, I've pulled over at the side of the road, just the other side of Manhattan towards Enniskillen. I says, can you come pick me up? He said, oh, give me a while. Like, I'll have to get ready and stuff and jump in the car. And I was like, there's no panic. I says, I just feel a bit ropey. So he put the phone down. Anyway, so I put the phone down and I flicked the light on for the car and clocked in the mirror that the face had completely dropped. And then it just hit me. I was like, I'm having a stroke.
But so, for anyone watching, like even to, maybe it's good to go, any of us, young, healthy, youngish, to go, hold on, first thing, don't be afraid to query that it could be a stroke. Because you've got that minute or two where your voice might be half coherent.
Yeah. And then from that moment of putting the phone down, recognising that, to then obviously ringing 999, the voice had gone and the speech was completely slurred. And it was literally, I was been talking Chinese to the lady on the other end of the phone, which was then...
And then you flashed the car, which on one hand that was working okay.
Yeah.
And at that point, did you pass out at any point? Do you remember it all?
No, I remember the whole thing.
Were you panicking? Or obviously, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Freaking out or just kind of trying to keep...
Shitting myself and apologising.
No, that's okay. I would feel that's a valid way of putting it.
Yeah, to the extreme of... I'm done here if nobody comes, because it was a few minutes before the car came, and within them few minutes it was like I could just slump here and not be able to signal anything, and whether it's 20 minutes, half hour, whenever Paul was coming, I thought I'm done here. Yeah.
And especially the road you're on, if you've gone wrong, cut off down a
absolutely,
it's mad to look back. I mean, look, I don't want to make you relive the whole thing, but you got the hospital, you got the medication that you were and it amazingly within a day you said you felt
within sort of the next morning. So within the few hours of it getting light from the evening time to the morning time, I felt okay. Yeah, okay. Wow. Movement was back. I was walking. I was skimming my foot, and it was still a bit loose, sort of thing. But everything else was, I felt okay.
And this is the thing with, and again, I suppose we didn't really mean to use this in an interview with Tyler, but I suppose anyone going, if you think of it, so quick speed is the thing.
Speed is the essence.
Speed of reaction. And that drug that you took, that one was.
That was it. Yeah. It was it because it was within, I think, I might be wrong here now, but it was within the 4 hours of the onset, or the onset, I realised the onset, because it was within the 4 hours, this drug could be, used.
Yeah. So
like you said, it is the speed. It's the speed of, yeah.
And 6 weeks later,
you're
the first team keeper. Was I at Cliftonville still?
Yes.
He gets sent off.
And
you go, sure, I'll go in and play now.
Might as well have a rattle at it. Yeah.
And you're absolutely fine. You didn't feel any pain, any sensations?
Nothing. I'd say within 2 weeks of the initial stroke, speech, everything was back to normal. Yeah. Walking, no skimming my foot, nothing. Yeah.
But to go from recovering from a stroke to just being a normal person, to going, I'm going to be a goal in an elite sport, like.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And did you just get back into the horse and just didn't get too stressed or worried? Were you ever worried? Checkups, obviously, I presume.
Checkups were cleared. Went through 2 separate checkups just to make sure everything else was cleared. And it was just like, right, let's go at it. Because I did say to Jessica in the article that because of not my love for football, I could have put it on the long finger and probably just faded away and just been like, everything's going okay, I'll stick with my job, sort of thing. So I think it was the best case scenario for me to get back into football was just to go and do it.
Wow. You mentioned you were working in a nursing home at that point, I think, as well.
Yes,
so this is the real life sometimes for a League of Ireland player, is trying to get a part-time job. And then, can that job be actually kind to me to let me go in the training? Like, how many days a week would you train now on average?
So with the clubs I was at when I went to part-time football, it was 2 evenings and then a game on a weekend.
Okay.
So with obviously the shift work that comes with nursing homes and community homes and social care, you can sort of work around it if your managers are sound enough to do it. Like, unfortunately for me, in Somerville nursing home and Gateway Community Care, they were dead on. Yeah.
Amazing. And you also had a look into becoming an undertaker.
That was very short and sweet. Yeah. I met with, I can't think of
how. Like, it's obviously not the first thing. Did you have some intrigue by the whole thing, or did someone just say, "Hold on, there's work here"?
There's work here. Yeah.
You were like, "I'm in a nursing home as it is. I've got."
I was mad into. This is going to sound daft and childish. I was mad into 6 Feet Under.
Oh,
have you ever seen it? I got mad into that and watched that, and it was just a little bit morbid. And I was like, "That's not a bad job."
Well, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And someone will just take no heed of it.
And I thought, and then I met with, I can't think of the lad's name.
Yeah, someone
with
local
David
here.
McGowan. He worked with Dave McGowan.
Okay.
And I met with them and they were, talking to me about it and sort of, where do you go and what you have to do and this, that and the other. Yeah. And he was a cool cat as well. He was into Cannibal Corpse and all this sort of metal that I would like.
Yeah, you love your heavy metal as well.
Yeah, and I thought, right, there's a bit of a trend going on there.
But so you decided not to go to that.
Yes.
And now I look, there's a huge timeline here, but like you're back now more so you are obviously an actual sub-keeper, but you're a coach now as well.
Coach, yeah.
And how many years have you been coaching?
Full time as the goalkeeper coach now, I think this is my 3rd year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been looking after the likes of Ed McGinty. Like Ed to me, and again from my relatively okay knowledge of this league, like he seems to be an absolute top drawer keeper.
Yes, top keeper. I've been very lucky. Ed, I had Luke McNicholas as well, who moved over to Wrexham, who's now signed for Forest Green, I believe.
Okay.
So top goalkeepers, Connor Walsh, Irish under-21 international. Now we've got Sam Sargent, who's played in League One in England, was at Waterford last year and was amazing, and he's doing the same for us now. So top level goalkeepers, I hope I haven't missed anybody out.
Don't worry, I'm sure we've had a lot of names here. You'd be okay to forget the odd one. And again, before we let you go on, the one thing I read, you were with age as a keeper. Okay, you said I got better at communication, which meant I didn't have to make as many saves. And I see this with I play a bit of Gaelic football, and it's like I love the keeper. Will you shout at me? So you just naturally got that brain to go, if I keep you all on your toes,
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make a
basically a lazy way of going, I don't really want to save any.
Exactly.
But it's a really intelligent way of looking. If you were coaching a young keeper now, would you first be going, obviously they probably have all the agility and the physical attributes. Brain. Thinking.
It's talking constantly. And not only for the players in front of you, it's great, and they turn around and go, brilliant, thanks for talking to me, that they want to hear that. But it keeps you engaged in the game. For 90 minutes, you could have nowhere near.
Yeah, because you can see the whole pitch, and you can see something might be developing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what comes with experience.
And it keeps you engaged, and you're watching the pitch and everything else, and you might have to touch a ball for 20 minutes. But you're still involved because...
But that's a good defender or a good goalkeeper will hardly touch the ball if they do the job right, because the opponent won't get the ball if they're being marked, etc. So no, it's just an interesting thing. And I read one quote: "Football brought me over here, but love kept me here."
Yes.
Stacey,
and
kids as well.
Yes, we've got a little girl. We say little girl.
Okay.
She's 16 now. Emily.
Okay. So not so little anymore.
Not so little anymore.
Is she in football?
No,
heavy metal.
Remotely. No,
Undertaking. No.
Nothing. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to mould her.
Look, as I said, I've known you to say hello for years. It's fascinating to hear the story, and I think it's lovely to hear this story of what it's like to be in the League of Ireland in a player's position. And again, as you said, you're very lucky. The success you've endured, and now you still keep going at the with your latter age of a career to be able to now I can coach as well, And the testimonial, we have some real legends. Gavin Pearce, Owen Doyle. We're probably going to start forgetting people here. Alan Keane, Kieran Kelly, the cup hero. Who'd be in goal now? You or him? There's a penalty shootout now.
He's going straight in. He's going straight in. I know my boundaries. I know my limits.
And what way the two teams met up then? It's your selection.
We're going to have more selection and then a Sligo Rovers, so first team and underage. Hopefully they won't be,
Yeah, and you've Paddy Pearson coming in.
Paddy Pearson's coming in, rugby player.
Does he play football?
He's told me he can.
Just be careful he doesn't get mixed up.
This is what I'm thinking, I'm thinking now about these lads, and obviously Emily Mulligan, I played with them.
Well, I do another show with Emily, and I'm now going to throw back into football boots on.
I played with Emily. He'd have only been a babby as well, so when we were back in the day, before he turned to the dark side.
Whoa, we'll have to edit that bit out anyways. But look, there's a list of players. There's a social media page there, Richard Brush Testimonial Match. And again, just not to forget, the chosen charity is the stroke unit within the hospital itself, which is obviously very close to yourself. So people get along. It's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock
Saturday, this Saturday coming, which is 26th. And obviously up in the Showgrounds. And I'm sure it'll be a real fun, entertaining game.
Exactly,
It's not probably going to be too serious, I'd imagine.
Not too serious, I hope, anyway. But it's funny. I've played in a few testimonials, and obviously the old boys, the lads that come back and be like, look, lads, take it easy. As soon as you step over that white line,
the brain clicks
different
in.
Animals. The body might not be able to do it, but they'll still be...
And then I'm going to have a wild guess. It might be a little party around the town somewhere afterwards.
A small one, I imagine.
It'll be easy to find you around the town somewhere. Like the good old days.
Exactly.
When there was leagues being won and the town was buzzing.
So,
Richard, listen, thanks so much for sharing your story.
Thanks for having me.
Amazing. Lovely to bank that whole story for anyone that mightn't have heard it all before. And look, I hope we see you around Sligo for many more years to come, in whatever capacity that is. And thanks for all.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me.
That was Richard Brush, whose testimonial matches at Sligo Rovers in the Showgrounds, I should say, this Saturday, 26th of July. Get your tickets at sligorovers.com. Go and support. It'll be a great evening out for the whole family. We'll see you there.
The Sligo Show is produced by Pixel Productions and hosted by Brendan Tierney. If you need video for your business or live event or would like to appear on the show, send us a message today.
This show is in partnership with ATU Sligo Innovation Centre, the hub of innovation and commercial enterprise for startups, industry, and academia.
If you like what you just watched, we would love if you could please like, share, subscribe, depending on the channel you're watching on. It will just really help us grow our voluntary project here at the Sligo Show. So thanks for watching and thanks in advance for sharing.